Hey everyone, Morgan here, and today we're going to be talking about food storage. Yay! You may be looking at these canned goods and thinking, what the heck would she make with any of this? Why does she store this? A lot of people don't even like canned goods, but canned goods are a fantastic item for you to store. Now, trust me when I say that we eat a lot of fresh food. Like I have a very whole foods diet, which means that, like I eat a lot of minimal ingredient stuff. Canned foods are actually pretty minimalist. And even if you can it at home, you're canning it in a glass jar, like this, for instance, and it's basically almost the exact same process. And I say almost exactly the same because, well, one is a can and was done in a manufacturer, and then this was done at home with you get to select the ingredients and all these other things for your canned good at home, right? As I talk about a mainly whole foods diet, as you can see, there's cereal, and so there's some other things that are not whole foods, okay? I said a mainly whole foods diet, okay? All right, relax. Today's action is for you to actually create 9 meals for 3 days. So that's 3 breakfasts for 3 days, 3 lunches for 3 days, and 3 dinners for 3 days, plus any snacks or drinks and anything else. So that's going to be your action today. But let me talk just very quickly about your food storage and how you should be setting it up. Your food storage is a layered system, okay? So we have like my pantry. This is going to be an everyday or short-term layer. This is something that I'm grabbing from on a regular basis. Your fridge is considered a short-term storage, okay, because this is perishable things. Your freezer can be considered anywhere from short-term to long-term, depending on how you want to consider it, but it's an everyday short-term thing, usually is your fridge and freezer. Canned goods are considered more like an everyday short-term layer, though I will say in just about everything in life, no matter whatever the expiration date is, you can go past it, okay? This is just a manufacturer saying this is the recommended best buy that it'll be. Could it last longer past that? Absolutely. Keep all food in cool, dark places. Household, whatever your household temp is fine, okay? Keep canned foods away from, moisture, and keep them kind of higher up. A lot of people want them lower, but just keep them up off the ground. This is like in case any water does come, like a flood or something, it's up off the ground and it won't affect the cans to get them rusted and stuff like that. So as far as other food goes, I Mylar bag just a lot of food. Mylar bagging food is a great way to extend the shelf life of many dried goods, such as beans, rice, oats, things like that. When you place a lot of dry goods in Mylar bags with an oxygen absorber, you can have it last much longer past the expiration date. However, let me explain best by expiration and rotation. Do we need to keep our food way past the expiration? Do we need to just have these sit on our shelf and never look at it again and 5 years down the road decide to do something with it? No. Your food should be in consistent rotation, okay? Yes, foods will last past the expiration, or rather, best by dates. And regardless if I decide to put the oats in Mylar or not, the oats sealed in this container will last past its best by date. However, putting it in the Mylar will make it last longer, much longer, up to 20 to 25 years in this Mylar, because you've put it in this Mylar, which is protecting it from direct sun, any sort of light, protecting it from moisture. And those are 2 really big things that will degrade food very, very fast. You know what else is going to degrade food very fast? Oxygen. That is the next thing. So, and here's an oxygen absorber. It has absorbed all the oxygen from here, and it is now sealed. So it's perfect. The biggest thing you have to keep in mind is store what your family eats and eat what your family stores, okay? So I store things back here that I eat, and I am going to rotate. Even if you don't eat canned goods on a regular basis, you can absolutely have this in some sort of rotation. We eat a lot of fresh fruits. In fact, about probably 90% of the fruit we eat, it's fresh. But the other 10%, did I say 90? Yeah, 90. The other 10% is from canned. And every once in a while, my kids are going to be like, hey, can I have the canned fruit? And I'll be like, yeah, sure, or whatever. Or maybe like I couldn't get to the store for a few days or a week or something, and all I have is the canned fruit. Well, I serve a vegetable or a fruit or both with every single meal, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I prioritize those in my canned goods as well as in my freezer and in my fridge. So there's a consistent layered storage there. I also have freeze-dried fruits and vegetables and have some dehydrated snacks here that I made, cucumber chips. These are like a everyday short-term layer. If you take anything away from this video, you need to store what you eat what you store, and rotate, okay? Now, this may not be the case with things like that are stored in Mylar or freeze-dried foods. Those may be rotated less often. These are buckets that I use every single day for rice, flour, and sugar. And of course, I don't use them every single day, but this is like in my everyday layer in my pantry. These I access whenever I need. When I need to restock these, I go to my Mylar bags, which are in 5-gallon buckets, 5-gallon Mylar bags, and then I refill the 5-gallon bucket with rice, flour, sugar, whatever. That's a rotation. So I always have these things that we eat in stock. That's the same with oats. It's the same with everything that we eat on a regular basis. I may not be rotating those Mylar bags as often, or, we're going to go out camping, so I'm going to take some turkey to rehydrate and make a meal out of, whatever, right? So like freeze-dried doesn't get used as often, but it will get used. And if there's ever an emergency or disaster in which we have to use all of this other food, we have it. When you use these, let's say we use, a couple, okay, they're gone, right? Okay, there's holes in our preps here. Okay, well now next time at the store, I'm going to get 2 to replace, but I may also get another 2 to just have like as a sort of backup. It really depends on how often I'm going through stuff. So the point of rotation is first in, first out, okay? That's it. Store what your family eats. Your family doesn't eat beans like this, don't store it, okay? Your family doesn't eat olives. Of course, I'm the only one that eats black olives, but I store what I want to eat too. Then don't store that. And rotate it. Again, it's fine. Eat all the fresh food your heart desires. Have the garden, have all this stuff, but also have the layered storage of canned foods, freeze-dried, dehydrated, and the LDS, have your just short-term pantry. Not everything has to last 20 million years, okay? A rotation system is good. It's natural. It's fine. Buy things regularly, consistently, rotate them, switch them out, and have a good stockpile on hand. So now that I've given my spiel on food storage, I want you to write down 9 meals that you and your family will eat with your food storage, with canned goods, with freeze-dried, with whatever you may have, and make meals from them. So what I want you to do is I want you to think about the meals that you and your family regularly eats. Now, how can you make them from your prepped stuff that maybe you can't access from your fridge or your freezer, but you can access from your canned goods, you can access from your dried, non-perishable foods, things like that. So recreate the foods that you eat on a regular basis and put them in a menu plan. I can have chicken Alfredo because I have Alfredo sauce, I have canned chicken, I have pasta, right? That's a non-perishable. I have those 3 things. Boom, I just made chicken Alfredo. All I need is that alternative cooking, which I will be talking about in a future episode in this series. I hope you are following along in the workbook, which you can download for free down below in the description. And so you can make your 3 days worth of meals using your emergency food storage. Just recreate the meals that you already eat. Don't get fancy. Don't just say rice and beans for 9 meals. And don't forget snacks. Don't forget the coffee, the teas, and the drinks. And talking makes me really thirsty. Water is an essential prep. So that's what we're going to be talking about next episode. And I hope to see you there. Thank you all so much for watching. Conquer tomorrow by preparing today. I'll talk to you later. Bye.